Hello students, good morning. Let us discuss the other part of the lesson, which is again most interesting about this globalization process and how the MNCs play the different role and how MNCs capture the entire trade at the global level. Okay, it is really very much fascinating for all of us. Okay, we are not actually witness of all those things. Okay, but after just imagining and listening and reading all those things regarding businesses, trade, MNC's role, globalization, how the different things directly come to at our doorstep. Okay, from other countries, how can we place order for the goods? Okay, how can we demand the direct things at our doorstep by using telecommunication facilities? Okay, etc. is really amazing for all of us and really fascinating for all of us. That how the world has changed. Okay, due to information and communication technology so far. Okay, so this is which is happening. Okay, multiplex, small cultures sending a huge amount of goods and services. Okay, to the distant and long places. Okay, which very much away from us is really fascinating for all of us, and all these things is possible only because of globalization and information and communication technology. Okay, so in this part we are going to actually discuss and explore what is the globalization. Okay, most of the people they just remember the definition of globalization, but what are its pros and cons? Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages, merits and demerits, limitations of globalization? Is really globalization is helpful for all of us? Is really globalization's benefits to reach all people? Okay, or who are the people who are only taking the benefits of globalization? Which people usually benefited from globalization? If people are saying that globalization is really a very important part in today's generation, then there should not be poverty. Poverty should be eradicated from globalization. But no, there are also limitations about the globalization. We need to understand. Okay, so therefore, all those details about the globalization and benefits and limitations and many more things we are not going to deal in this and at this stage. Okay, it is a part of the higher studies. Okay, but let us discuss the basic about the globalization and how globalization has stimulated the process. Okay, the process of integration of market. How the globalization process has stimulated the development of market system at the international level. Okay, all those things we are going to discuss. So first of all, we will discuss about what is globalization. Okay, globalization. So in globalization, two things are primarily important. They are very important in order to understand the concept of globalization. Keep in mind, dear students, one is foreign investment and second is foreign trade. Okay, so in if you see in the past some 50 years, okay, there were some limitations in transportation of goods and services in long distances. But now due to advanced technology in IT sector, that is information and communication technology, telecommunications, okay, and also in satellites development, okay, there is a lot of advanced and new innovative technology. Okay, because of this technology, okay, what is happening now? Many MNCs are investing their amount or capital in other countries' business. This is called foreign investment. We already discussed what is meant by foreign investment. Foreign investment means the investment made by MNCs to expand the business in other countries is known as foreign investment. Keep in mind, if Reliance is suppose MNC in India, if Reliance is going to invest its capital or money in Indian another company, it cannot call as foreign investment. Okay, but foreign investment means what? When any MNCs from India invest their money to other countries' business and trade, this is called foreign investment. So keep in mind here, foreign investment by MNCs in different countries has been rising. Okay, in every country, various MNCs are working, and these MNCs investment, okay, to expand the business and trade has been rising continuously. Along with it, there is also rapid change, there is also rapid transformation and rapid rising in the foreign trade between countries. Now, due to the investment made by MNCs, okay, the productions are manufactured at large extent, okay, and these products which are manufactured in the large quantity are now selling at the international level. Okay, for example, Ford Motor Company of America manufactured Jeep, cars, and other automobile vehicles in Chennai. They are not only manufactured for India, but Ford Motor Company manufacturing various vehicles at Chennai center to export in other countries. In this way, foreign trade, this is called foreign trade. So foreign trade between the countries has been also rising. So keep in mind, two things simultaneously they are rising. Okay, in this current scenario, that is foreign investment and foreign trade. Both things are rising continuously, and these two factors, okay, that is two factors, it results in greater integration of production and market across countries. Keep in mind, foreign investment by MNC and foreign trade between the countries has resulted in greater integration of production and markets across countries. The markets in all the countries are integrated and closely connected to each other. Okay, the markets of Germany, Japan, England, Russia, China, India, America, USA, okay, UAE. The markets of all the countries are very much closely connected. Okay, they are integrated, and production is also largely integrated between the countries. So these three factors has led to or stimulated the process of globalization. Okay, so by all these ways, by all these statements, okay, we can define what is meant by globalization. The globalization means it is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. Keep in mind the definition of globalization is that globalization is the process. Globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. Okay, it is the process of rapid integration. Many countries are now connected to each other. Their markets are connected to each other. Their trade, foreign investment and foreign trade, okay, are also connected to each other. The productions in the markets are also connected to among many countries. This is called globalization. Okay, products are making available at the global level. Products are selling at the global level. Markets of one country to another countries are closely connected to each other. This is called globalization. Okay, so once again keep in mind the definition of globalization is that it is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. This is called globalization. Okay, and now not only for trade. Okay, along with this globalization, now what is transporting from one country to another country? Technology, transportation. Okay, information and communication technology, telecommunication facilities, satellites, modern technology. All these things are also traveling from one country to another country. Okay, because we already discussed that when MNCs set up their production jointly, they bring latest technology with them. Therefore, along with this globalization, not only goods, commodities, and services are being traveling, but along with it, technology, transportation, okay, containers, and many other things are traveling from one country to another country. Okay, another various reasons for the movement of people. Why people usually move from one place to another place, from one country to another country? The people usually move for one country to another country in the early period where trade and business activities. But now many people they travel from one country to another country for the purpose of education, for the purpose of job, okay, and for the purpose of trade and business activities. Okay, so keep in mind if any student from your class, okay, is going in other countries to take study, this is also called globalization. Okay, if one person, if particular student from your class, okay, after getting well educated, okay, and taking for higher studies, if he has got job in other countries, okay, then student, okay, or one of the friend from your class is going in other countries to get job or to do job, this is also called globalization. This results in globalization. Okay, so keep in mind, people are traveling in other countries for any purpose, this results in globalization. It is called globalization. Okay, so I hope that you have understood this particular part of the globalization well. Now let us move towards the very important part. Keep in mind, students, this question asked many times in the board examination. Okay, what are the factors that have enabled globalization? Enable means stimulated. Stimulated means facilitated. Means what factors has led to the development of globalization? Okay, this is the meaning of this statement. Okay, factors that have enabled globalization process. Number one, technology. Technology is very important factor that stimulated the growth of globalization. In recent days, okay, you might be knowing or you are very much aware about the latest technology coming in every day. Okay, in the electronics, telecommunications, okay, and in various ways, the latest and rapid technology changing, and this rapid and latest technology, okay, in the 21st century has stimulated the process of globalization. Okay, second, development in transportation. Now, transport facility has immensely developed. Okay, earlier there were limited automobiles, earlier there were limited vehicles, okay, which could not travel, okay, or which could not transport a huge volume of goods and services from one place to another place, from one country to another country. But in recent days, there are advanced and there are rapid change, rapid development in the transportation facilities, which leads to the transportation of huge volume of goods and services from one country to another country. Most of the things are also traveled by airlines. Okay, a huge amount of goods can also be traveled through airlines. Even similar way, there are now containers. Containers means where goods and commodities are placed, and these containers are then loaded, okay, on the ships, railways, okay, and airlines to travel these goods and services to other countries for export. So the containers in transportation facilities, okay, also came into existence, and this has led to the loading and unloading cost. Okay, sometimes it increase, sometimes it is also favorable for the trading activities. So development in transportation, number of vehicles are running on the roads. Okay, number of vehicles, transportation, especially water transport, ships, railways, okay, airlines. These three transportation has really facilitated the movements of goods and services over long distances. So this particular part is also or factor also enable the globalization process. Okay, and third one, ICT. ICT is known as information and communication technology. It is also called IT, information technology. ICT, that is various satellites, okay, telephone, telecommunication facilities. This comes under ICT, and these ICT has now very much developed. Electronic goods and services, electronic mobiles, okay, mobile phones, computer. In today's day, computer have entered in almost all areas. Everything is now done on computer. Now in this corona pandemic, okay, in COVID-19 situation, your classes are also going on online, okay, on the Zoom or some web based, some Google Meet, or many apps are there. Okay, but this is possible only because of recent development in the technology. Okay, so these type of information and communication technology has really develop and increase the speed of globalization. So again, globalization is reaching in corner to corner of the various countries in the world. Okay, I will give an example to understand how ICT has stimulated the process of globalization. Okay, it is one of the source from your textbook, okay, of economics. That is one magazine of London, which was designed and printed in the Delhi. Okay, a magazine which is actually from London is designed and printed in the office of Delhi. Okay, the design and the size and the colors and various things are sent through internet or through email to the Delhi office. After receiving the designs and various strategies how to design the magazine, okay, the employees in Delhi office, they design the magazines, okay, and after designing and printing, okay, the magazines are sent to London by airways. Magazines are sent, okay, by airways to London. Even the expenses or the money which was used in designing and printing of the magazine was sent from the office of London to the office of Delhi, okay, through internet, that is e-banking. You know that is e-banking is now recently developing factor, okay, among the educated middle class people. Okay, so e-banking means without going any bank, without going in the bank center, okay, or without filling any check or withdrawal form or any slip, withdrawal slip. Okay, you have to just sit in front of the what mobile or what desktop computer or laptop, and if you have enough money in your account, you can just transfer by e-banking. E-banking is a facility now provided by various banks across the world. So now see what happened in this example. What happens? People of Delhi office and people of London office, they do not have to go anywhere. Okay, the people of Delhi office and people of London office, okay, they remain at their office, okay, and without movement and without going in any bank, they settle everything, okay, by sitting in the office. This is the power of ICT. This is the power of information and communication technology. Now again, in recent days, now social media has developed very much. WhatsApp, we can just send the email, okay, email, that is electronic mail, instant message, okay, to any corner of the world. Now there are email, then voice call, voice talk, okay. These are various facilities that are provided by the online and internet services. Okay, so this is called information and communication technology. So because of this information and communication technology, the globalization process has really stimulated and developed very fast than before. So dear students, keep in mind that the factors that have enabled globalizations are three: technology, development in transportation including container facilities, and ICT, information and communication technology. So this question came in the board examination many times. So I hope you have understood this particular part very clear, okay, and I hope that you are enjoying this fascinating and amazing part of the globalization process which you are going to experience, which you are going to witness in your future, okay, about all these global phenomena. So dear students, keep reading and enjoy the lesson, okay. It's really very fantastic and very exciting. So I hope you have understood this part very well. So thank you very much.